the Gaither Gang. Today's video is going to be all about the curriculum we have chosen for our second grader. So today's video is about my second grader's curriculum. I have a child that is going into the second grade this year, and we're really excited about the curriculum we've chosen, and let's jump right in. So for language arts, second grade language arts, we do handwriting in the mornings, and we have chosen the Good and the Beautiful handwriting level 2. She did level 1 last year. She's really good at that, and so she's just moving on to this. What we do is 1 page per day. If you can see that a little bit, we do 1 page per day, and they work on their handwriting and a few other things at the table in the morning while I cook breakfast. And so that's super easy. Get your handwriting practice in and then go on about your day. For the rest of the language arts, which I laugh a little bit because a year or two ago I made a video as to why we quit the Good and the Beautiful, but I'm not taking that video down because it still holds true as to why we quit at that time. I had 5 kids, all on 5 different levels, and it just did not work for us. So if you're interested in seeing why it didn't work for a large family, you can check out that video. But this year we are going back to the Good and the Beautiful language arts because I'm only having to teach 2 levels. And I do like the Good and the Beautiful, and I said that in my other video. But anyway, so I'm only having to teach the kindergarten level to my twins, and then my second grade girl and my third grade boy are both going to be on the Good and the Beautiful level 2, which level 2, if you look it up, the levels don't correspond with grades. So you just have to look it up and place your child where you know that they will fit. And I feel like that's going to be really good placement for my kids. So we are doing, look how big that is when you just print it out. I didn't print front to back. My printer was messed up. And so this is level 2 when you only print on one side of the paper. But anyway, so I didn't get to print the cover page to show y'all. It's nice and pretty like this, but I didn't get to print it because my printing all of this ran my printer out of colored ink. So here we go. But this is one of the worksheets. My kids will do 1 lesson. It's not necessarily 1 page, but however long the lessons are, they'll do 1 page, 1 lesson of the Good and the Beautiful level 2. So we also do the whiteboards. I think I've showed you guys before. If this is your first video you've ever watched of mine, you might go back and look up our whiteboard system. But we, in the mornings while they're doing their handwriting, they'll do their handwriting, but I've also created this sheet where they write down their sight words that I have put on their whiteboards. They'll write down their sight words, so they're copying those down. I give them, we call it a builder, and it's a blend. So like ER says they'll put their blend here, and then they'll build words with their blend. So I've created that page for them, and they do that, and a handwriting sheet while they're waiting on me to get their breakfast to them at the table in the morning. So that's some pretty simple review that they can do while they wait on me. and that's language arts. So for our language arts, we're doing the Good and the Beautiful level 2, our whiteboard system, and the level 2 handwriting. That covers language arts. Let's move on to math. Last year when my daughter was in first grade, she did a Becca level 1 for math. She has always been really good at math, and that was right on her level at that time. And so this year, instead of going into a Becca level 2, she is going to teaching textbooks level 3. That's how I did my son. He did a Becca K, a Becca 1, and then moved over to teaching textbooks 3. He's really soared. He's 2 grade levels ahead in math. Taking them from a Becca 1 to teaching textbooks 3 is a really easy transition. But if you're not familiar with teaching textbooks, let me show you a little bit about them. Okay, so you go to the teaching textbook website, and you see right here is Math 3. You can scroll down, and there is some samples for you. You can see right here that it costs $43 to buy. I'll take you over here and show you a sample lesson. This is lesson 15 of level 3, adding 10 the easy way. And so the lessons are super easy. You can get this in print, but we prefer to do it online or on the app. That way they store all of the scores for you. I don't have to grade it. It's all online, and it's all kept up with online. And that's why we switch from a Becca at that point, is because when they're little, I can sit down and teach and have time with them, but my older kids are freed up to do this part of their homeschooling on their own, basically. Now, they will come to me with questions, and I'm, sit down with them and help them through things that are hard. But for the most part, it's all done independently, which for large families is really super helpful to have some of the stuff that your older kids can just do independently. And that's math. So for second grade math, we do teaching textbooks level 3. That brings us to our group lessons, and we like to do unit studies as a family, and that way it covers all of our other subjects. So when we're doing a unit study, we cover geography, history, art, science. We do science experiments, all while we learn about one thing. So for example, last year we did Asia from Gather Round. And if you don't know about Gather Round, let me take a time out right now to show you a little bit. So if you go to Gather Round's website, you pull it up, you go to the shop tab, click on it, and she has it categorized by year 1, year 2, year 3. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just the year that they were released. And so you can see all of these units you can pick from: Antarctica, Australia, artists, ancient civilizations, inventions and ideas, botany, transportation, careers and trades, Canadian government. She's from Canada, but she does have a lot of US history and government as well. We did the New World. We loved it. So she has lots and lots of units on here. And to give you an example, so we will have a unit, like last year we did Asia, I said, and while we're learning about the different places in Asia, so we're learning their culture, we're probably learning a lot about their history, we're learning about social studies and how they interact with each other, how they interact with people from the United States, how we're different than they are, how we're the same. All of that. We also incorporate in art and science experiments, hands-on learning, and field trips even, stuff like that. You really just add in however much you want. We are science-minded people, so we love to do lots of different science projects, nature studies, so we add in a lot to our unit studies. Anyway, so that kind of gives you an idea. This year, So we love Gather Round. We will probably do some of those. I have already bought a lot. We have like the human body unit from them. We have earth science from them. We have so many, I can't even name them all. We're gonna start this year with something that's not Gather Rounds. I spent so much time telling you about them. However, I wanted to tell you about them because I love their unit studies. But we also found this one, Traveling the States, and this is from the Waldock Way. And so this is what we're going to start our year on. If you don't know about the Waldock Way and her units, you can go to her website, and you can go there, you can purchase the units there. She has more units than just this one. You can go there, purchase the unit. She even has a video that shows you everything that's going to be included with that. This States unit has so many things. It has the teacher's guide. It has YouTube playlists for videos that go along with each state. It has it has games included, so you print off. My kids love to play this bingo, states bingo that comes with it, and then there's also this other game that's a card game. You kind of play it like war. So there's games included. There are nature profiles included, so you learn the state bird, the state tree. And you have a flag profile where you copy down the flag and do that. And my other favorite part of this unit from the Waldock Way is this passport. So every time you finish learning about one of the states, you get to put their stamp, their flag stamp, in your passport. And my kids love doing that. So when we're finished learning about a state, they're like, ooh, we get to put it in the passport. And then we move on and learn about the next state. And so for group units, that's how we do it, and that's how we cover all the other subjects instead of having to purchase geography and purchase history and purchase art and purchase science. So we get it all in a unit study. And we love learning that way. That has worked really well for us. So to recap, we're doing the Waldock Way and Gather Round for picking which units we want to learn at various times. So that brings us to Bible. Okay, so for Bible, this year, I've done several things in the past years, but this year I really wanted to focus on specific basics for kids. And so this year I made some of my own units for, we are currently doing Fruit of the Spirit, then we're going to move on to the Full Armor of God. I'm also going to be doing the Beatitudes and the 10 Commandments, a unit around Thanksgiving and one for Christmas, and one for the attributes of love. And so what I've done, and the reason I'm sharing it with y'all is because I have high hopes of making this available to you guys as well for free. I feel like I get annoyed when I have to pay for Bible lessons because the gospel is free. That's just my opinion. But hopefully my plan is to get these to where I can make them available to you guys for free. When I do, I will link that in the description. They're not currently ready right now, but that's my plan. And so this one is Fruit of the Spirit. So each week we'll learn something new about the fruit of the Spirit. This is the introductory week where this is the memory verse. Then there's also a word search for the fruit of the Spirit. I don't think you can see the tracing words on here, but this is the memory verse that you can trace. Then there is a memory verse that you copy. So this is the copy work page. Then there is, I call this read, write, or draw, write. Actually draw, write. So you draw a picture that you're learning about here and you write about it here. Then this one is one of the Bible lessons that go along with the topic. This is for I am the vine, you are the branches, which goes along with fruit of the Spirit. And then you fill out this page. And then this one is just a coloring sheet. And so that would be for like week 1, when we're learning about what is the fruit of the Spirit. So all of those you could spread out over a week, learn about what is the fruit of the Spirit. Then next week you would have new sheets when you're learning about peace, then love, then joy, patience, gentleness, kindness. All of the fruit of the Spirit is its own week. And so the fruit of the Spirit, I think, ended up being a 10-week unit. I'm starting to work on the armor of God. It's an 8 or 9-week unit, and so it goes like that. We also, with the paperwork, the busy work that goes with it, we sit down in the morning, and I have a YouTube video playlist where we watch where other people have done good teaching videos over that specific thing. And then I have created a hymns playlist. So we'll sit down in the morning, we'll go over our lesson for the day, and then we also can pull up those hymns and listen to them. So for example, for the fruit of the Spirit, love, we'll listen to hymns with the theme of love. And then when we move over to the week that we study joy, then the hymns will be hymns of joy, and so on. And so that's what we're doing for Bible. Then in the evenings, we sit down as a family and we do a family Bible study to end our day in the Word as well. And we have been using this, Investigating God's Word at Home. I like the way this is set up because, so this book, this one is Genesis and Job. I think the next one I purchased is Matthew. So you systematically go through the Word. You start Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and you work your way through it. So when Matthew comes up, you'll start Matthew chapter 1, verse 1, and work your way through it. And I love that much better than something that's themed or something like that. And so we like doing that as a family and just working our way through the Word and learning God's Word and getting that knowledge into our hearts and our minds. So if you don't know anything about Investigating God's Word at Home, go check them out. I'll see if I can put a link in the description for you. So that covers it. That is what we're doing for the 2nd grade this year. I do have a video for kindergarten, and I'm making a video for 3rd grade as well, so you can check those out if you want to see those. And I hope your homeschool year goes great this year. Bye guys.